You know, in the old days, like I said, Walt used to grab a kid almost off the street, you know, who had drawing ability. And if a guy showed potential, boy, he would just come right in and start drawing. Today, you know, it's become a lot harder in many ways because the whole process is more of a formalized process. They want to see a portfolio. They want to know what schools you've gone to. They may even want to know if you have a degree. So in that sense, it's a little tougher to get a job because now the kids have all these, you know, demands they have to meet. When I came in the business back in the 50s, we had guys who were literally driving past the studio. As the case of one of the guys you saw on screen. He was on his way back to Arizona, and he spotted the Walt Disney Studio, thought he'd stop in and apply for a job, and worked there until he retired. That's the way it was in the early days, where you just stop in and say, "Hey, yeah, are you guys hiring an artist today?"
Well, are there some schools better than others that you recommend? Or?
I would say that the Pixar guys like John Lasseter, who John is now as much a Disney guy as he is a Pixar guy, would probably recommend the school he went to, which is Cal Arts. The California Institute of the Arts out in Valencia is where a lot of the young Disney artists and Pixar artists have come from. So I would bet that would be high on the list. Now, it's not absolutely necessary that you go to Cal Arts. We've gotten a lot of great people who've come from Sheridan up in Canada. A lot of great guys who've come out of that school. And then there's the school I went to, Art Center, the Art Center College of Design. One of the things that amazes me today is how expensive art school is. It's not like it was when I went to school. Now, that doesn't mean it's a total requirement that you have to have that. I've known a lot of kids who still break in just because they are tenacious, just because they are resourceful. And they'll start work at a small place. There are a lot of little small places in Hollywood. Effects houses, smaller studios. Guys would get in there and they'll do some small job at the bottom and then work their way up. And then maybe make the jump to a DreamWorks or to a Disney. So people ask me, how do you get into the business today? I say there are many ways in. You know, it's not just one way. There's a number of ways to get in. It's just that you have to be resourceful enough to find a way in. If you want it bad enough, and I know a lot of guys do, they always find a way to get in. I've known guys who started as parking lot attendants to get into a studio and have gotten in that way. I've known guys who started as truck drivers, making deliveries, and gotten into the studio that way. So I tell people, you get in any way you can, you know, and it's true. And it's true because if you can get into the studio, if you can get on the studio lot, that immediately gives you access to all the big shots, to all the people, you know. You see them walking by, you know, hey, there's so-and-so, there's this guy. And then you can grab them and say, excuse me, sir, you know, I've got some, you know, mind taking a look at my drawings here. I've known guys who've gotten jobs that way.